Berlin. I came to this city to get my act together. All I got was syphilis. Oh well. The Germans have a saying. Nein danke. It means no thank you. People ask me the difference between Germans and Americans, but I'm starting to think everyone around the world is exactly the same. Or at least, everybody wants the same thing. To live their best life. To be the best person they can be. Special, different, unique. Everybody wants a glamorous life. I mean, I know I do.
Boy, you can't just battle me.
And yet, in the pursuit of greatness, the same existential questions remain. Do I deserve to enjoy life when others are suffering? Do I deserve to suffer when others are suffering more? Is creation futile in the face of entropy? And who gave me syphilis? But I know one thing. I'm not happy yet. The last time I posted stand-up comedy to YouTube, I thought I was special because my parents died. But then I realized everyone's parents die. I'm working on a theory that everyone dies, but I don't think the world's ready for it yet. So here's me, trying to be happy by doing something new. I no longer want to be the very best that ever was. And instead, I'm going to be the most normal person I can be. Right in the middle. It won't be easy, but like Cardi B said, dropped down, asked God, and prayed for this. Turns out I was made for this.
I know he was on the show tonight. Come on, Peter. There we go.
Hi, everyone. I like to start all my routines with a prayer, so if you guys would join me and bow your heads. Dear God, thank you for gathering such a beautiful, intelligent crowd tonight on this boat on the Spree River in Berlin. And if the boat should sink, please help me reach the exit faster than them. Thank you. Did anyone else think the boat would be moving? I kind of did. Like, it says comedy on a boat, but it could say comedy on a stationary boat. The vibe is great, don't get me wrong, but it's a little bit like calling your friend and being like, hey girl, I rented a limousine for tonight, and we're gonna jump in, blast the radio, drink champagne, and sit parked in your driveway. Oh. You guys aren't mad at me about the prayer thing, are you? I could have prayed that we all survived, but my God is a dramatic God. And I really do think I deserve to survive in an emergency. Like, I like to think I'm a good person, even if sometimes there's evidence of the contrary. I'll give you an example. Last week I came to this show, and one of the hosts made this joke, and I'm quoting him. I hate wearing condoms during sex, but I do it anyway because kids are weird. And I was sitting in the, yeah, I guess some of you got there too. I was sitting in the audience, and my first thought was like, hey, if a kid is making you feel weird about your preferences during sex, you should not be having sex with that kid. You should only be having sex with kids that make you feel safe and comfortable. And wait! You shouldn't be having sex with any kid. Wait! He's referring to the fact that if a man and a woman have sex without a condom, they can fertilize an embryo, which becomes a kid. I think I need to move out of Berlin, guys, because in Berlin, people don't have sex to get pregnant, they have sex to get apartments. And they also have sex so they have something to write slam poetry about, because everyone in this fucking town is an artist, okay? And I am too. I actually have a poem about sex that I'd like to read. Hey, have you guys seen this? It's my giant penis. That's all I got so far. Yeah, dating in Berlin is crazy, but I did recently start seeing someone. Her name's Emily, she's a psychotherapist. And she asked me, she was like, why are you so concerned with if you're a good person or not? Like, did something happen to you in your childhood? Like, did your parents hit you as a kid or something? And I responded, I was like, did my parents hit me as a kid? Sometimes, until they got their paintball gun. And she's like, we're gonna move past that. She said, but why does it matter, like what people think about you? Why does that matter more to you than what you think about you? And I was like, yeah, that's a great question. I mean, if I knew, I wouldn't be in therapy, but I guess like, I feel like so many people tried to help me and give me energy and, you know, expected these great things from me, and I just like never accomplished anything, and I'm just like this big loser. And she was like, hey, the people you're worried about judging you don't care that you're a loser. They don't care about you. They have full, busy lives with jobs and friends and travel and pets and hobbies. They don't have a spare minute in the day to think about you and how much of a massive letdown failure loser you are. So just chill out. And I was like, thank you, I feel better. And then she said, also your health insurance got declined and you owe me $200. So I'm stopping therapy and I'm going back to the old way that I make myself feel better about myself. I get on the U8 during rush hour. And I wait till like an old Muslim lady gets on the train and I get up and I give her my seat. And then I look at everyone who's still sitting and with my face I kind of go, wow. Wow, Berlin, Berlin. I guess it's true what they say about this city. Rascals, junkies, brutes, all of you. At least there's one good person left. The worst is when the lady will say like, oh nein danke, ich fahre nur eine Haltestelle. And I have to be like, sit down, ma'am. I'm not doing this for you, I'm doing this for me, all right? Yeah, so in my unrelenting quest to atone for the sin of being a loser, I got a job helping a disabled man. And I help him get into his wheelchair and get dressed and use the bathroom, but I also feel like it's my responsibility to get him into the real world. So I got 2 tickets for a concert at the Uber Arena. And I called him and I was like, guess what? You might want to be sitting down for this. And he was like, yes. I said, I got us 2 tickets to see Nicki Minaj Pink Friday World Tour in concert. And he said, oh, that's really nice, but ever since she made those weird comments about the vaccine, I can't really stand Nicki Minaj. And I was like, you can't really stand, so we're going. And we went, and we had a great time, except one point during the concert, Nicki did see him in his wheelchair and pointed and said, and my condolences to what I can only assume is another senseless victim of this vaccine. So we had to leave. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up. Wrap it up like Nicki, get it wrap. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm celebrating 30 days sober in Berlin. Thank you, thank you. And I went to the doctor recently to get a prescription for medication, and he said, that's fine as long as you can pass a drug test. And this was a problem because after my first couple years in Berlin, my urine would have tested positive for everything, all right? I mean everything, okay? THC, LSD, MSG, BVG, nicotine, creatine, liberty, equality, fraternity. Like, if I had given this man my authentic urine, the drug test would have just said yes. But one of the perks of my job, I get unlimited access to as much of my boss's urine as I want. Humble brag. So I took his urine to the doctor, and the next day I got a call, and the doctor was like, Peter, your drug test is clean, but we found some blood in your urine and we ran some tests on that too. And I don't know how to tell you this, you have late stage MS. You have multiple sclerosis. Like, it's kind of a miracle you're not in a wheelchair. I was like, wow, my God is a dramatic God. And then he said, also your health insurance got declined and you owe me $200 cash. All right, I'm Peter Möller, that was my set, and if anyone wants to buy urine from me, $200 after the show, thank you.
One more time for Peter, everybody. One more time for Peter.
Boy, you can't just battle me.